Hey all, Ben Grado with Momentum Athletic Center. I am the program manager of the developmental program. So I, along with Jess Rittenhouse, she is the program manager of the preschool program. We're gonna try and bring you guys some videos that give you or that allow you guys some opportunity to do at-home exercises. I know that other gyms are doing some things, so we're gonna try and hop on the bandwagon. We're gonna try and post a video every other day. So the goal is Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And basically these videos are gonna be separated into different segments. So the one for today, we're probably gonna do floor and beam based stuff. And these are just gonna be basic exercises that you can do at home using whatever resources you have at home. I know more of you may have more resources, and you can definitely go through these exercises, and I'll give you some options of things you can do leading up into new or bigger exercises, bigger skills, bigger upgrades, if you will, as Coach Jess will. So this video is going to be more so looking into different exercises and skills we can do, whereas Jess, she's going to be giving you guys more flexibility and strength ideas. So together, hopefully we can come up with a really good little routine for you guys to do at home. So to begin with, with developmental, we're really focusing on what the basic exercises, I guess, going from beginner to advanced. Even though for those who are intermediate and maybe even advanced, some of these skills may be very easy for you guys, still work on them, because these are all bases of what you're going to need for the bigger skills. And though we're not doing the bigger skills per se, these are still going to be great opportunities for you to practice these little movements to make sure that we're perfecting these to perfect those bigger skills. So for floor and beam, it's going to be very much so a lot of the skills are going to be very similar. So we're going to start with lunge positions, okay? So lunge positions, everybody knows, you're going to be bending the front knee. You're going to have that back leg straight. You're going to want your arms by your ears, okay? The important thing we're looking at is keeping the arms by your ears, keeping a nice straight line down the body into the back leg. So this lunge position is what we're going to want to see going into anything floor related. Handstands, cartwheels. On beam, it's going to be the same thing. Handstands, cartwheels. It's going to be a great opportunity for you guys to really perfect this position. So arms by your ears, really squeezing your ears. You shouldn't be seeing your ears too much. And then from this lunge position, we're going to want to work on levers. You can do this on beam as well. You do it on floor. It's going to be a great prereq, if you will, or a great skill to lead up into a handstand. So arms here, go into the lever, make sure that everything is straight. You can keep that knee a little bit bent, but keep everything straight. You can do this times 10, 3 times through, and just go here to here. Just keep moving and make sure that nothing is moving in your body. We don't want to see this. When your ears are present, that means that you're closed off in the shoulders. And if you try to do that into a handstand, you're going to be very pikey in the shoulders, and that's what we don't want, okay? Also make sure that that leg is following you up, keeping that nice straight line in that body all the way through, okay? Now work with me here, because I am not the most flexible anymore, so I'm going to do the best I can to show you guys the best positions. So from a lunge into lever, and then you can even take that a little bit further, and then go touch your hands, bring that foot up. Come back here and here. We can do all these exercises 10 times through, 3 times around. You can do it more if you want. It's really dependent on what you want to put into this. I'm already getting a little bit out of breath, so just work with me here, because it's a nice little at-home workout. So with this lunge, you can even go as far as kicking up in a handstand, okay? But really take things slow. Nice kick up. Bring those feet up, here, and back down, okay? So make sure you're in a space that allows you the opportunity to do it. You're on padded floor, carpet, rug, something that's a little bit softer, that you're not just gonna do it on hardwood. Obviously, do it with a parent around if you need, and make sure that the environment you're doing it in is a safe environment. So again, back to that lunge, really focus on that nice aspect, bring those feet together, back into it and down, okay? Repetition, that's gonna be the biggest thing that's gonna work for us right now. So from lunge to handstands, what we can then do is, for those who are, really starting off learning these handstands, a really great thing to do is find something simple, like a couch in your house that you can put your feet on. And basically, all you want to do is just step your feet up and just hold this nice L position, okay? This isn't as hard as a handstand, but it's still gonna allow you the opportunity to build that shoulder strength and really push through those shoulders. What we're looking for is a nice 90-degree angle. That 90-degree angle is gonna be what's really gonna keep you in that handstand, because then when you bring your feet in, that lower part of your shoulders, your head, your lower half of your stomach, all that jazz. If that's in a straight line, moving your feet up into a handstand, it's going to be no different. And this is really going to, if you can hold these for between 20 seconds to a minute, do it 3 times through, that's going to be a great workout. It's really going to build up the strength in your shoulders, and it's just going to allow you to really hit those positions and find those positions in a handstand a lot better. What we don't want is we don't want our heads out, our butts down, our knees bent, something like this, okay? So even if you can't really straighten out, if I see this, where your hands are a little bit further out, you're still in line at least, and you're trying to maintain straight body, that's all I ask for. As long as we're not head out, archy, or anything like that, okay? We really want to keep that belly in, that butt up, and that head really squeezing through the ears. And you just keep walking it closer to the couch, and that way you can really hit that 90-degree angle. Moving forward, if you want to then go into a bigger skill or make that a little bit harder, you can go to the wall, okay? And do the same thing on this wall, okay? So hands down, and you just nice and easily walk up the wall, okay? And what we want is head as close to the wall, and we want belly in, squeezing those ears. We don't want this, we don't want this, okay? And we don't want to try to have this. We just want to try to keep as straight of body as we can, feet together, squeezing those ears, okay? And you can even practice your handstand, tuck your chin in, back of the head, forward roll out, okay? A lot of people, when they do handstand forward rolls, they have a difficulty kicking up into that handstand. So this really is a great time to break that up and doing the first part from the lunge, kick into handstand, and then that second part where they're in the handstand here, ducking your chin and rolling out of it, okay? So if you want to work handstand forward rolls on the carpet too, that would be a great time to do it. And basically all I ask, I know I don't have a lot of room right here, I'll kind of do it at an angle, hopefully you guys can still see. But we want that really nice lunge position, okay? That nice straight line, that kick up. Try to hold if you can. Squeeze those ears. Duck your hand. And down, okay? So the biggest thing with handstand forward rolls is ducking your head, making sure that this part of your head, so the back of your head, is hitting the floor, okay? That's going to be what we really want to see. If you're afraid to do it on your own, doing it from the walk up, where you can really focus on ducking that chin without having to hold that handstand on your own, that's going to be your best option. So moving from there, prior to doing handstand forward rolls, we can always just practice our regular forward rolls, okay? We can either start here or we can start here. And basically the biggest thing with a forward roll is ducking that chin under, making sure your hands are always going to be above the head, keeping your head safe, because that's first and foremost, making sure that we're not having our head out, that our head is protected, because this is a very important part of our body, okay? We don't want to snap our neck or anything like that, okay? So, hands down, our chin is going to be in our head. Our feet are going to be nice and bent, knees bent, head in. You're going to push, get to the back of your head, and come out, okay? Very basic forward roll. If you want to do those, again, repetition is going to be great. What I'm going to recommend is probably 3 times 10 of them at a time, okay? So altogether, you'll probably be doing 30 forward rolls, but you just want to make sure that you're feeling where your body positions are, you're feeling what your body is doing. So then from forward roll, you can then go into that handstand forward roll. We have build-ups and lead-ups into handstand. So right there, a lot of that is going to come also for beam, okay? Obviously, beam is going to be just 4 inches wide, so you're just gonna have to put your arms a little bit closer together. However, you'll do that when you get into the handstand part. All of this does not change. That handstand, that lever, if you want to practice more for a beam aspect, then I would try and find something a little bit more narrow. If you have wood in your house, just one of the wood planks and staying on one of the wood planks and making sure that you're not falling off one of those wood planks that you have in your house, okay? If you have a beam in your house, even better. If not, you can always put like a piece of tape on the floor and just make sure it's like you're walking a tight wire, okay? You can just walk on that tape and make sure you're staying on balance and you're keeping your body, your chest, over your hips, over your toes, okay? For beam, that's the biggest thing. A lot of times when you're doing lunges, you're doing handstands, we're getting a lot of this, okay? And what's gonna be best is if we keep our core tight, our chest over our core, shoulders, head, everything's gonna be in line and centered. And as long as that's centered, you're gonna do good. So moving on, another thing that's going to be of great importance is going to be bridge work. Okay. I think this is a great opportunity for so many people to really get that back flexible again, to make sure that you're keeping it limber. And by doing so, there's different things that we can do at home. So a very basic thing, obviously, is just laying on the floor and doing a bridge. I will demonstrate a little bit, but please do not take these demonstrations to too much heart because I am not as flexible as I once was. So you can just do a regular bridge on the floor, okay? Obviously for a bridge, you want your hands over your head by your ears, and you want your feet right here. You're gonna wanna lift everything up and keep trying to squeeze those ears, okay? So this is gonna be the best bridge that I have right now, but the goal is to really squeeze those ears and to actually keep your knees straight and push your chest forward so you're in a nice, beautiful, like, bridge-like position. So if you have a hard time doing it on the floor, then doing it so your feet are against the wall will definitely help so you don't have to worry about your feet slipping, okay? And this will be great because the more flexible you get, the more that you can walk your hands under you to push your chest up towards the window, okay? So make sure that you watch Jess's video first because she's gonna allow you guys an opportunity to really stretch a lot of your body out. So by the time you're doing all these exercises and Skillz, you'll not only be warm from the stretch and the conditioning that she's doing, but you'll also be limber, okay? So hands under you, push your feet against the wall, and again, chest as far forward as you can, trying to straighten those legs, okay? If you're really good at those, then to make it a little bit harder, just bring one foot up, okay? I don't know if I'm skilled enough to do that, but I will definitely try. You just bring one foot and keep it up here, okay? If you can do that, that's really gonna help you with kicking over into back into a lunge, okay? So again, if you can hold these bridges for between 20 to 40 seconds, that would be amazing. And if you can do it with both legs and then do it with one leg, that would be great as well. Another great skill to do is that as long as you have an open wall like this, you can make sure that we're getting into a back bend appropriately, and we can start the Skillz leading into a back bend, okay? So for a back bend, you're wanting to get a nice line here, okay? We're wanting to look at our hands, but in doing so, we're not trying to look with our heads so much that our head's out of line with our hands, okay? We want to make sure that our head is in line, that we're looking more so with our eyes, so we're keeping our ears covered, okay? The goal for this is that when we're looking back, we're looking at the hands. You always want to look at your hands because you want your hands to be over your head. When you get out of range of your hands, this is going to leave your head vulnerable, and we don't want that, okay? So when we're practicing when we're practicing on a wall, you don't have to go all the way down. The idea is that to begin, you just want to do the first half. So you want to look at your hands and just bend like that. And you can push off and come back, okay? So at least that gives you the idea of, okay, this is how we're gonna bend in the back towards the wall, keeping our ears nice and covered, okay? And once you get really good with that, you can start walking down the wall into a bridge. And that'll take a little bit of time. I would not recommend doing that right off the bat, but just until we feel comfortable enough where we can get into that initial back bend part and then start walking down the wall. Again, I'm not that flexible, so I'm not gonna go all the way down. But for a lot of you out there, you're gonna be flexible enough where you're gonna be able to walk all the way down the wall. Again, what I really wanna emphasize is just making sure that you are looking at your hands like more so with your eyes than your head. Because when your head is vulnerable, it's not safe to do. So going into that, if you're intermediate, if you're advanced, you're gonna be able to do kickovers, you're gonna be able to get into a back bend, you're probably gonna be able to do back walkovers, potentially back handsprings. If you're able to and you've done back walkovers on your own, you can definitely do back walkovers. I'm a firm believer in doing a back walkover with your foot on something as opposed to it just being on the floor. So you can find something a little bit small like this, and all I want to see when you do these back walkovers is squeezing your ears, nice bend in the back, keeping your ears covered, keeping your head safe, and bringing that foot up. So it's going to be what your upper body does, your lower body is going to follow, okay? So for back walkovers, if this goes back, your foot is going to go up. So you're trying to maintain that nice straight line, that nice straight balance, if that makes sense. Okay? So it's going to be like that. Okay? Obviously, I can't quite do a back walkover anymore, but the idea is to make sure that your body is staying balanced, and when foot's coming up, your hands are going back. If you have done a back handspring, I would only recommend doing a back handspring if you have an actual panel mat at home, if you have an air track, something that is of gymnastics orientation. Other than that, back walkover is as far as I would go, and that's only if you've done back walkovers before in the gym. You are very comfortable doing them without spots or without anybody. Everything that we're doing, I recommend having a parent or guardian there just because they are going to keep you safe. They're going to be that extra precaution in case something happens. But all these exercises are definitely a great thing to stay on with being at home. They will keep your back limber. They will keep you in good body shaping, good body positions, and these are all good bases for bigger skills later down the road. That is all I have for you today. Jess and I will be coming out with another video on Thursday, and that's going to be more bars and vault oriented, okay? Again, a lot of these skills are probably going to overlap a bit, but it's always going to come back to basics, and that this is these are very basic skills that are the fundamentals for leading into these bigger skills. And if we can perfect these here while we're able to, especially at home, do it in between commercials while watching TV, in between homework while you're doing it at home, it'll only benefit you and your gymnastics and keep you going. So when we get back into the gym, this is going to be a great opportunity to be like, look what I've done, and let your coaches see how much you progress without being in the gym. I hope this was definitely helpful. We're always here, us as a staff at Momentum Athletic Center. We're wanting to give you guys the most that we can and keep you guys active and keep you guys moving. And this is the point of our videos. And we hope that you're able to take these and, apply them at home with your kids. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. We'll definitely do as much as we can to get back to you guys and give you everything you need. Thanks.